here, back with a Monday edition of Defeat Monday, I guess you can call it. Hope everybody is well. Me personally, I didn't get as much sleep last night. Got about maybe 4 or 5 hours. No, that had nothing to do with the game. Promise y'all. I see something that's been a pretty popular trend amongst the Saints loss, and it's been common with a lot of Saints fans, and they're using this as like their main source of evidence of why change needs to be made or why we lost the game. And a lot of fans are pointing at that fourth down sequence where we went for it on fourth and goal at the 5 yard line. And they're using that as a way to justify why we lost the game just based on that sequence. And let me tell you guys something. I don't disagree with that call whatsoever. I 100% believe that was the right call. I have no problem with it. If anything, I had a problem with the play before on third and goal whenever we ran the football at the 6 yard line trying to be cute, trying to catch him off guard, which it didn't work. That's what I had a problem with. I didn't have a problem with going for it on fourth down inside the 5 yard line on fourth and goal with 350 something to go. I didn't have a problem with that. You need a touchdown. You need a touchdown to win the game. Because we ended up going for it on that fourth down and didn't get it, of course, that enabled our defense to defend a long field, which limited Atlanta from being as aggressive as they wanted to be. And because of that, because we got a quick 3 and out, they punted the ball, and we got excellent field position right back. Our starting field position was like at the 40 yard line. So I thought that was the right decision. And clearly, you saw how it turned out. We ended up scoring. We ended up taking the lead with a minute to go. So I had no problem with going for it on fourth down and goal. Because if you kick the field goal there, let me tell you what could happen. You kick the field goal there, and then you kick off, they're likely starting at the 30 yard line, okay? And with them likely starting at the 30 yard line with 3.5 minutes to go, that enables Atlanta to be more aggressive and more aggressive in the sense that where they're going to test our defense and they're going to test our defenders. And in that setting, I'm not sure if we even get the ball back. So, no, I don't disagree with going for it on fourth down. And the fact that people are using that as a prime justification of why we lost the game, to me, is absolutely insane. The reason the Saints lost the game is because they couldn't overcome their stupidity early. You spot any team 14 points, I mean, you're already behind the 8 ball. As soon as Shaheed muffed that punt, I knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a matter of the Saints are going to have every opportunity to win this game, but their own stupidity is going to get in the way of it. And that proved to be true. I mean, coming into the game, I was more concerned about, is our offensive line going to be able to hold up? Are we going to be able to move the football? And the answer to that question was yes. Our offensive line, I felt, held up pretty well. And especially in the first quarter and a half, it looked like we had the capability to do whatever we wanted on that defense. There was nothing about Atlanta's defense that impressed me, okay? The fact that we were able and we had that opportunity to do whatever we wanted and move the football as well as we did on that Falcons defense makes this loss even more infuriating. Because, I mean, simple tactics in football, you hold on to the ball, you don't make stupid decisions, you win the game, okay? I don't believe we got outplayed at the line, okay? Credit to them for taking advantage of our opportunities. I feel like we had the capability. What's up, Goose? Good morning, man. I feel like we had the opportunity to move the football as well as we wanted to. The offensive line and being able to move the ball and utilizing the offensive line was not a problem this week like it was last week. Last week it was a big problem. Goose, I said this earlier, buddy. I'm going to respectfully disagree with a lot of you on that. I thought going for it in that setting was the right decision. And here's why. Because we went for it and we didn't get it, they're pinned back at the 7-yard line, okay? Which means that our defense only has to defend a long field. They don't have to defend anything starting at the 30-yard line. They have to defend a long field. And you're limiting Atlanta's aggressiveness. Atlanta's not going to take huge chances being backed up inside the 10-yard line. So it made it easier for our defense to maneuver, first and foremost. And then whenever we got the 3 and out, you saw how we got excellent field position right after. So we got that field position back. And also, let's just say we did kick the field goal there. Let's just say it's 23-20. What's up, Jerry? Good morning. Hi, Letitia. Let's just say we kick the field goal. You got to kick it off after that, which means that they're likely going to start at the 30-yard line, which means that you're giving them the opportunity to be more aggressive and test our defense, who, in spite of holding them to essentially 3 field goals, I mean, our defensive line was not getting much pressure on Kirk Cousins. And whenever you allow them to be more aggressive starting at the 30-yard line, I'm not sure if we get the ball back. I'm not sure if we would even get the ball back if we kicked that field goal there. They might have been able to run out the clock at that point, dude. They might have been able to pick up a few first downs, and they might have been able to run out the clock. So I don't mind going for it on 4th and goal there. I think everybody's kind of looking at that as the wrong thing in this game. I think the main things that need to be looked at is the Saints literally just, I mean, they literally just find stupid ways to lose games, bro. That's what I think the theme of this game was. You literally literally created self-inflicted wounds on your own self. It's just absolutely mind-boggling how you come into a game, you think one thing's going to cost you, or you think it's going to be one reason why you lose. And to me, I thought it was going to be because our offensive line couldn't hold up, or because our defensive line couldn't hold up, or whatever you may have it. And those weren't really even the reasons. The reasons why we lost game was because we just could not get out of our own way. And it brought back flashes of last year. I mean, do you really think Atlanta dominated at the line of scrimmage? Hell no, they didn't dominate. The Saints could have done whatever they wanted on offense if they wanted to. If they were smart, they could have done whatever they wanted, dude. There was nothing in that game that I was impressed about with Atlanta. I thought Atlanta did not bring the sense of urgency I thought they were going to bring in relation to a team that was desperate for a win. I thought the Saints matched that energy just fine. I thought the Saints had the willpower to move the ball as well as they wanted to. It was literally just stupid decision-making, stupid mental tactics that costed us this game. I mean, Shaheed, brother, the ball was about to go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line anyway. And the way it looked like it could have been a touchback. It looked like it had a chance to potentially be a touchback if you just let it go, first and foremost. Second of all, if the ball is about to go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line and you're fielding it, why are you fair catching it? Like, bro, what are you trying to gain out of fair catching a football that's going to go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line anyway? Are you trying to gain 3 extra yards or something? The point of fair catching a punt is so it doesn't get back inside the 5, or it doesn't pin you back as more deeper than it did before, than it was going to have to be. You saw the ball was about to go out of bounds at the 3-yard line, but you just insisted on going and calling a fair catch anyway. I mean, if you're going to field it, at least don't call a fair catch. Like if you're gonna field that punt, at least don't call a fair catch. That makes it 10 times worse, dude. Because not only was the ball about to go, I mean, think about it, dude. The ball's about to go out of bounds inside the 5 yard line. You know it's about to go out of bounds inside the 5 yard line. That's the reason why you don't touch it. That's the reason why you don't touch it. But he decides he wants to go fair catch it anyway. But like, what's the point of fair catching it whenever the fair catch was going to be at the 6 yard line? Like, what was the point of that? And from like I said, from what I saw, it looked like it could have went out in the end zone. It had a chance to go out in the end zone. So you might have double screwed yourself there. And right then and there, right after that happened, I knew it was going to be that kind of game. I knew the Saints were going to have opportunities the entire game to take control, but they were going to just screw themselves. Absolutely screw. Or decides he's under pressure. Whatever, take the intentional grounding. Whatever. I mean, come on, dude. Anything would have been better than what you did. He panics. He throws it straight to his left, and it's like, dude, you didn't even look at where you were throwing the ball, bro. You didn't even look at where you were throwing the ball. And then boom, you give them 14 free points, and after that, it just, I mean, I came on at halftime and I made a live stream, just absolutely frying the New Orleans Saints for a stupid. As soon as I watched the beginning of the announcer, and Jerry knows the lady's name. I forgot the lady's name. She comes on and she says, I talked with Dennis Allen at halftime. He said he liked the way that his team played. And once I heard that, I completely lost it, dude. I shook my head and I just said, have whatever may. Have what may. You know, whatever. I mean, it's just whatever at that point. You like the way we played in the first half? Are you kidding me? Bro, we should be up 21-3. Instead, we're trailing 17-14. What are you talking about? You like the way we played in the first half? And the guy that literally carried you in the first half is out the game. Is gone for the game. Gone. So what do you like about what happened in the first half that you can carry on into the second half? Because there's nothing. Taysom's gone. Now you're essentially one-dimensional because they're about to load the box and stop Kamara, and you're going to make Derek Carr throw the ball. And that's kind of what happened. Saints really couldn't run the ball until like the final few drives of the fourth quarter. So, no, I don't think that going forward on 4th and goal with 3.5 minutes to go was a bad decision. Because, I mean, you got to look at the logistics here. You don't get it when we didn't. You pin them deep. You make them have to go a long field. The defense has the edge there because they're not going to be aggressive, which they ended up taking advantage of. They punt the ball. We get great field position, and we end up scoring a touchdown anyway. A lot of people are thinking linear. A lot of people are thinking like, oh, if we kick the field goal there, we get the ball back and score a touchdown. Like, okay, look at it like this. We kick the field goal there. We kick it off. They start from the 20. I mean, the 30, most likely. Number one, you're giving them more opportunity to be aggressive because they have better field position. And in that setting, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I like our defense in that setting. I mean, at some point, the defense was going to give in. So I didn't like that setting at all, kicking it off and letting them start from the 30-yard line. Second of all, let's just say you do get a stop. Let's just say you do get a stop. We already saw last week what happened whenever Derek Carr is pinned deep in his own territory and has to go down the field and tie or win the game with a field goal or a touchdown. We already saw how that worked out. It didn't work out. I mean, we needed the best possible field position we could have gotten. So a lot of people are thinking that, oh, well, if we kicked the field goal, we would have won 27-23. No, 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 no. We kicked the field goal, the logistics of the game changed completely. Personally, I don't even think we tie the game at 23 if we kick the field goal there. I think we lose. Even if we got the ball back, I think we end up losing anyway. That probably would have been better. That probably would have been a better way to lose than taking the lead and Paulson Adebo causing a pass interference and Atlanta literally earning nothing on that game-winning field goal possession. They literally did nothing to earn that. Nothing. So yeah, you got the two touchdowns that you gave them free points on. Um, I mean, there was a play where um, the Saints forced a fumble on Kirk Cousins and pinned them back at the 40. But instead of them getting a field goal on that possession, Shepard, Nathan Shepard, I believe his name is, had the ball literally under him, and all he had to do was possess the ball. Possess the ball. Instead, he lets it roll from under him, and they get 3 points out of it. I'd be more hesitant to look at that than I would going for it on fourth down and not getting it. So you got the two touchdowns that you gave them. You got Nathan Shepard not falling on the ball like he should have, and then you got Paulson Adebo just hugging the dude from his neck. That's 20 points right there, dude. They only scored 26, and because of our stupidity, we gave them 20 points. This wasn't the game I thought it was going to be. It wasn't, we have to win at the line in order to win type of game. I mean, I felt like we did just fine on the offensive side of the ball on the line. I thought we just did just fine. I thought we were able to move the ball. It was one of those the Saints are going to find a way to screw themselves type of games. And at the end of the season, whenever you're on the outside looking in, you're going to look back at games and say, that was the one. That was the one that got away. And so far, you've already played two in a row. Last week and this week. Two games you could have easily won. This could be a whole different conversation if we would have if one play in each of those two games would have went right. Just one play. Shaheed don't let it. If Shaheed just lets it roll back, that could be the play that would have saved us this game. Last week, I mean, 3rd and 16, dude. 3rd and 16. And you allow Dallas Goedert, whenever they have no tight ends, to just roll right down the field, 60-yard gain. I mean, if one play in each of these games goes right for us, out of the 20,000 that went wrong, the Saints are probably 4-0 right now. And we're having a completely different conversation. We're having a conversation of this team is resilient even through injuries, and they're finding ways to win close games, and that's something that we didn't do last year. Well, guess what? We couldn't win close games last year, and we can't win them this year. So, and you can win, like I said, you can win 9 games by 30 points apiece, but you can lose 8 by 1 point. And guess what? Your record is still 9-8. You might be like plus 400 in the freaking point department, but your record's still 9-8. You could win 2 games by 25 and 37 points in each of those two, and you can lose the rest of the season, lose games by 1, 2, 3 points, and you can be at a plus differential by the end of the season, but your record's still 2-15. That's the stuff that bothers me, man. A lot of people try to look at these little moral wins here, but like in the NFL, it don't matter, bro. Like it's wins and losses, man. It's wins and losses. It's not like hockey in the NHL where they give you, you got to get this amount of points, or, if you lose in overtime, it's not as bad as losing in regulation or whatever. So that's kind of where I stand with all this. But anyway, this is the last I'm going to speak on it. It is what it is. We lost the game. Stuff happens. I mean, what are you going to do about it? It just is what it is. Damn it, I'm realizing I forgot something. I'm realizing I forgot something at home. Whoop-de-doo. Great. Great, 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 great. It's just excellent news. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.